Hey guys, welcome back to my life and welcome back to Trivia Night. Okay, I'm so sorry guys, we're starting late, but let's start. Let's get the show on the way. Okay, welcome to my life. My name is Jenna, and if you're seeing me here for the first time, hello. Hi Jania, how are you? Welcome back to Trivia Night, guys. Welcome back. How are you doing today? Mhm. Good to know that you're well. Do give my video a thumbs up and share so that those who are supposed to be here can join. I am good too. Thanks for asking. Mhm, mhm. Are you excited for trivia night? Are you excited? Mhm. Are you excited? Welcome. Yes. So you can put in the chat what you want for trivia night. Your trivia request, put it in the chat before we go ahead and start. Mhm. Ooh, candy. Okay. All right. I'm going to add that. Mhm. Okay. Welcome, guys. We'll be starting in 1 minute. Welcome to Trivia Night. If you have requests for Trivia Night, put it in the chat and I will include it on the list. All right. We're starting very soon, guys. We're starting very soon. Hi. If you're new here, welcome to my life. My name is Jenna, and I am a artist, a baker, a dancer, many things. But today we're doing trivia night. So, welcome to trivia night. Okay, we're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. What color were the early candy wrappers before printing became common? Hmm. What color were the early candy wrappers before printing became common? Jania, you said we should ask about candy, so this one, I hope you're going to get it. What color were early candy wrappers before bright printing became popular? Mhm. What color were candy wrappers before bright printing became common? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the early candy wrappers were usually like brown or white. Hello, Samson. How are you? Welcome to my life. Welcome to Trivia Night. So they were inexpensive, so they were either brown or white before the colored printing came out. Okay, next question. What candy bar was named after a family horse? Well, you have to be quick, you have to be fast. What candy bar was named after a family horse? How are you, Samson? Join the trivia. What candy bar was named after a family horse? What candy bar was named after a family horse? Mhm. Think about it. What candy bar was named after a family horse? What candy bar was named after a family horse? If you know the answer, put it in the chat. What candy bar was named after a family horse? Okay, here's a hint. It's a chocolate bar. So this should do the trick. What chocolate bar was named after a family horse? What chocolate bar was named after a family horse? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. No, Johnny, I'll try again. Mars is wrong. What candy bar or what chocolate bar was named after a family horse? What chocolate bar was named after a family horse? What chocolate bar? Someone said Mars. Mars is wrong. Try again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it was actually Snickers. It was named after the Mars family's horse. It was named after Mars family horse. So it was Snickers. Snickers is the correct answer. Okay. Hello, Kool-Aid. Do I want to go for coffee? Oh, coffee sounds nice. Why do lollipops usually come on a stick? Why do lollipops come on a stick? Why do we have lollipops on a stick? Why do lollipops come on a stick? Why do lollipops come on a stick? Mhm. Why do lollipops come on a stick? Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have lollipops on a stick because, yes, Heather, shout out to Heather, you got it. So our fingers don't get sticky or so you don't accidentally swallow it. Okay? That's a good one, Heather. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come join the party. Next question. What cake was once considered a type of bread? Ooh. What cake was once considered a type of bread? Hi, hi, welcome. What cake was once considered a type of bread? Bread cake. No, 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 no. What cake was once considered a type of bread? Hello, Lloyd. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What cake was once considered a type of bread? Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The pound cake was actually considered a type of bread. I mean, think about it. Like a pound cake looks like a loaf, right? And it's usually in shape like a loaf. So yeah, the pound cake used to be considered a bread. Next question: which vegetable secretly stars in cakes? Is sorry, it's very popular. Which vegetable secretly stars in cakes? Mm, 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 mm. It's really, really popular. Which vegetable secretly stars in cakes? Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. Which vegetable secretly stars in cakes? Mhm, mhm, mhm. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, carrot cake. Carrot is a vegetable. I know zucchini cake too, but then zucchini cake is not, it's not very popular. Carrot cake. The carrot is always like, it sneaks in. Carrot cake. Hi there. Okay, next question. I know. What cake is named after a German region? Mm. Mm-hmm. What cake is named after a German region? Mm-mm, mm-mm. What cake is named after a German region? Mm-mm. German chocolate cake. Ugh. Try, Heather. Not German chocolate cake. Think about it. What cake is named after a German region? This cake is named after a region in Germany. So, what cake is named after a German region? Think, guys. Think. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, guys. I thought you guys love cake. Black I'm sorry, Black Forest cake. Guys, forest cake. So the Black Forest region was the inspiration behind the Black Forest cake. Okay, next question. What cake is flipped upside down after baking? Really? You haven't heard of it? I mean, I haven't tried it before, but then I've heard of like Black Forest cake. I've seen like recipes on YouTube, but I haven't tried it. So, yeah. The Black Forest cake is the answer. No, I haven't got that one. But what kind of upside down cake? You have an idea, not just upside down cake. What cake is flipped upside down after baking? I mean, the name has upside down, right? But then what particular kind of cake is it? You think you know your cakes until you meet trivia. What cake is flipped upside down after baking? What cake is flipped upside down after baking? What cake is flipped upside down after baking? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Heather is actually pineapple upside down cake. Pineapple upside down cake. Next question. Don't worry, be bold, say it. You got nothing to lose. Just be bold, say it. But good job, you had an idea. Okay, next question. Which cake is famous for having red layers? This one, the color is a giveaway. Which cake is known for having red layers? Which cake is known for having red layers? The red is like a giveaway. Hello, Tayson. Welcome. Red velvet is correct. Next question. Which cake contains melted chocolate and little to no flour? This one too is pretty easy. Hello, Poppin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm good. How are you guys? Guys, give my video a thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm good. How are you, Poppin? Which cake contains melted chocolate and little to no flour? Which cake contains melted chocolate and little to no flour? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Lava cake. You have an idea, but no. 10, 9, 8. Maybe, hmm, this kind of sound like not lava cake. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's actually called flourless chocolate cake. It's literally in the question. So it's a flourless chocolate cake. Okay, next question. What cake is known for its many thin layers stacked with cream? Ooh. What cake is known for its many thin layers stacked with cream? This one is a tricky one. What cake is known for its many thin layers stacked with cream? What cake is that? Known for its many thin layers stacked with cream. What cake is known for its many layers? Hello, Camden. How are you? Welcome to my trivia night. Do join the party. What cake is known for its many thin layers stacked with cream? Cream cheese filling cake. Nice try, Heather. What cake is known for its many thin layers stacked with cream? What cake is known for its many thin layers stacked with cream? Guys, let me just give you a hint. The cake is French. It's a French style cake. Even the writing is in, like the spelling is all French. I hope I can pronounce it though. What cake is known for its many thin layers stacked with cream? Um, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's actually called milfeu. And I don't know if that's right spell and pronunciation. Milfeu is spelled Millefeuille. It's also called Napoleon. I know. So yeah, the cake is called Napoleon, literally French. How else could it be? I know. How much more French could it be? Okay, next question. What fruit floats in water because it's 25% air? Ooh. What fruit floats in water because it's 25% air? What fruit floats in water because it's 25% air? What fruit floats in water because it's 25% air? Grape? Ooh, no, not the right one. Next question. Next guess. What fruit floats in water because it's 25% air? Mhm. Ooh, no. Try again. What fruit floats in water because it's 25% air? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, Heather, it's actually an apple. It's actually apple. Orange is very heavy. It's still going to sink. I mean, depending on the mass of water. So it's actually an apple. Next question. What planet spins sideways? What planet spins sideways? Yeah. What planet spins sideways? Pluto is wrong. Try again. What planet spins sideways? Try again. What planet spins sideways? Venus, no. Try again. What planet spins sideways? Saturn, no. What planet spins sideways? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's actually Uranus, not Mercury, it's Uranus. Uranus spins sideways. Okay, next question. What bird can fly backwards? Ooh, I had this one like two trivias ago. This question. What bird? I know. Oh my god. What bird can fly backwards? What bird can fly backwards? We had this one two trivias ago. What bird can fly backwards? What bird can? Hummingbird is correct. Good job, Heather. Ooh, what do you call a group of flamingos? Another recurring question. What do you call a group of flamingos? This one we had I think last week. What do you call a group of flamingos? What would you call a group of flamingos? What do you call a group of flamingos? Mhm. What would you call a group of flamingos? Think about it. They're like exotic birds, so what would you call a group of flamingos? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're actually called a flamboyance of flamingos, a flamboyance of flamingos. Next question. What is the only continent with no bees? What is, yeah, a flamboyance of flamingos? A school of fish, um, a school of fish, parliament of owls, a murder of crows. I've forgotten the eagle one. I always forget that one. Pride of lions. Yes, murder of crows. Yeah. Okay. Next question. The question I asked is, what is the only continent without bees? What is the only continent without bees? Hi, Xander. What is the only continent without bees? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Antarctica is the only continent that the only yeah that doesn't have bees. That is the only place where you wouldn't find bees, and of course because it's cold. Okay, next question. What vitamin do we get from sunlight? What vitamin do we get from sunlight? What vitamin do we get from sunlight? What is the vitamin we get from sunlight? What is the vitamin we get from sunlight? No, not vitamin C. Try again. What vitamin do we get from sunlight? Here is a hint. During the winter, they tell you to take more of that vitamin. Yes, vitamin D. That is correct, Heather. What is the smallest bone in the human body? What is the smallest bone in the human body? What is the smallest bone in the human body? What is the smallest bone in the human body? What is the smallest bone in the human body? You know the largest bone is the femur. What is the smallest bone in the body? Hmm. What's the wee wee bone? Minister Timothy, hello to you. What is the smallest bone in the body? What is the smallest bone in the body? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The smallest bone in the body are the stapes and they're found in the ear. But you didn't answer the question. I said, what is the smallest bone? That is not the answer. What is the smallest bone in the body? The smallest bone in the body are the stapes. They are called stapes, Stapes. Welcome to this trivia, Minister Timothy. Thanks for stopping by. And you can find the stapes in the ear. I've asked this question. Oh, you like turtles, nice. So, what do you call frozen rain? Ooh, this one is good. What do you call frozen rain? What do we call frozen rain? Hmm. What do we call frozen rain? Sleet? No. What do we call frozen rain? Think about it. Ice? No. Correct, Heather, is hail. Ice, any water can turn into ice, but the one that happens with the rain is hail. Snow, no, is hail. That's why you say hailstorm. Hailstorm is frozen rain falling on you, and it's very painful if it hits you on the head. Trust me, it's happened to me before. It's so painful. So yeah, next question. What instrument has 88 keys? Hi Jambaru, welcome. Guys, give my video a thumbs up. Yes, we hear Yahweh. What instrument has 88 keys? What instrument has 88 keys? What instrument has 88 keys? Piano is correct. Good job, Heather. Finally, what is Peter Pan's fairy name? What is the fairy in Peter Pan rather? What is her name? This one is super easy. I am in Canada. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Tinkerbell is correct. Okay, guys, now let's go into animals. So, back to the grouping. I guess today we're going to do animals, right? I'll start from the easy one. What do we call a group of lions? What do we call a group of lions? This one is super easy. What do we call a group of lions? Those who said Tinkerbell, you guys are correct. A pride of lions. Good job, Heather. What do we call correct? What do we call a group of elephants? What would you call a group of elephants? What would you call a group of elephants? I know. What do you call a group of elephants? I haven't. A group of crows. We asked that one earlier. Is a murder of crows. You know that one. What would you call a group of elephants? What do you call a group of elephants? What are they called? A group of elephants would be called what? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A group of elephants is called a herd of elephants. I know a herd of elephants is correct. We have a herd also for, I think, cattle, the same thing for cattle, and I think for deer as well. Next question. What do we call a group of wolves? This one is super easy. Everybody should be answering this one. What would you call a group of, a pack of wolves? Hi, biker girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my life. Guys, if you haven't given my wolf gang, if you haven't given my video a thumbs up, please do give my video a thumbs up. Um, Next question. What would you call a group of giraffes? Ooh, this one I have never asked it here. What do you call a group of giraffes? What is that creature? A wolf, yeah. What do you call a group of giraffes? What would you call a group of giraffes? What would you call a group of giraffes? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have a tower of giraffe. Tall gang. Heather, you're just putting gang at the end of everything. We have a tower of giraffes. A tower of giraffes. Next question. Well, if you don't answer the question, then I'll give the answer. What do we call a group of foxes? What do we call a group of foxes? If you guys don't know the answer, I'm going to give the answer and move on so that we don't sleep on one question, okay? What do we call a group of foxes? What do we call a group of foxes? Try, 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 try. What do we call? But this one is actually pretty hard. If you don't know this one, I don't think you can guess it. Fox gang. Oh my goodness. You guys are just putting gang at the back. Cute gang. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, guys, a group of foxes are actually called a skulk of foxes. Skulk is spelled Skulk. So, a skulk of foxes, you're gonna have a skulk of foxes. So if someone says like a skulk, they are referring to like foxes. This one you have to know it. I don't think you could have guessed that. Me myself, I'm just learning this for the first time. I've never heard like a skulk of foxes, so that's pretty interesting. What would you call a group of zebras? This one too is tricky. Some of these things you actually have to know them. What do you call a group of zebras? What would you call a group of zebras? Striped gang? Of course not. What would you call a group of zebras? By the way, isn't God amazing? Like zebras don't actually have the same stripe pattern. Like each zebra is so different. Like you can have different pattern on this one and this one. It's amazing. It's fascinating. What would you call a group of zebras? 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're actually called a dazzle. Black and white gang, of course not. A dazzle of zebras. Guys, this is going to reoccur again in my next trivia. I actually like this one. So we have a skulk of foxes, we have a dazzle of zebras. You know how you spell razzle dazzle? The dazzle, exactly. Next question. This one is actually really good. What would you call a group of kangaroos? What would you call a group of kangaroos? What would you call a group of kangaroos or kangaroos, however you pronounce it? What would you call a group of kangaroos? Hmm. What would you call a group of kangaroos? The monsters of trees gang. What the about cake? I mean, no, that's wrong. So wrong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the best part of this is how a lot of these ones you can't guess them, you just have to know them. So a group of kangaroos are actually called a mob. A mob of kangaroos. I like this one. I think it's going to stick in my brain. They're called a mob. And the koala gang. They are called a mob. So we have a mob of kangaroos. Okay. What would you call a group of monkeys? 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 Banana gang, nice try. Of course not. What would you call a group of monkeys? Come on, guys, try, 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 try. So we have a dazzle of zebras. We have like so we have a group of we have a dazzle of zebras. We have a herd of elephants. We have a tower of giraffes. We have a skulk of foxes, and we have a mob of kangaroos. And now we have a troop of monkeys. I mean, this one is actually well suited. A troop of monkeys. They do come in their troops. So yeah, a troop of monkeys. A troop of monkeys. We have a troop of monkeys. Troop is spelled TROOP. A troop of monkeys. Guys, what do you call a group of bears? What do you call a group of bears? Ruby bears. What do you call a group of bears? Hello, Wolfie. How are you? Welcome. Grizzly Gang. Oh, I like that one. But no, of course not. I wish I could keep that one. I like that one. Grizzly Gang. What do we call a group of bears? Not yet, Wolfie. The Angry Gang. No, no, no. Guys, if you want to see me monetize, get me to 1,000 subscribers, okay? Share my videos so that we can get to 1,000 subscribers. What would you call a group of bears? They're actually called a sloth of bears, which is very strange. I wonder why a sloth of bears. It must be so slow then. But yeah, a sloth of bears. Wolfie, you can go to my TikTok. My TikTok is you can always give gifts on my TikTok. So if you want to, you can check on my TikTok handle, and yeah, you can do that whenever I go live. Um yeah. So guys, that is it for the land animals. Now let's go for birds. I already mentioned this one, so I'm hoping everyone will get this one. What do we call a group of owls? What do we call a group of owls? I mentioned this earlier. If you joined earlier, you would know this one. One. What do you call a group of owls? Na 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 na. No, Heather, you know this one. What do you call who? What do you call the Pops gang? And they don't look like Pops. What do you call a group of owls? A group of owls are called a parliament of owls. Okay. What do we call a group of flamingos? We just answered this one earlier. What do you call a group of flamingos? What would you call a group of flamingos? The poop gang. What? What would you call a group of flamingos? Well, that's true though. Flamboyance is correct. Shout out to you. Heather, you finally got that one. The flamboyance of, yeah, that's correct. The flamboyance of flamingos. What do we call a group of crows? Pink walk. What do we call a group of crows? We said this one earlier, so what would you call a group of crows? What would you call a group of crows? A murder of crows is correct. What would you call a group of eagles? Ha ha. Trust me, this is another one that you have to know. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Baika. Do share my videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What would you call a group of eagles? This one you won't see coming because I'm seeing this for the first time. What would you call a group of eagles? Soar like an eagle. What would you call a group of eagles? What would you call a group of eagles? Majestic gang, I wish. What would you call a group of eagles? What would you call a group of eagles? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In a shocking turn of events, a group of eagles are actually called a convocation. That's so interesting, though. That's so interesting. I would never have guessed this in lifetime. So they're called a convocation. Okay, next one. What do you call a group of penguins? What do you call a group of penguins? This one is easy, actually, surprisingly. What do you call a group of penguins? A group of eagles are called a convocation of eagles. What do you call a group of penguins? Think, 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 think. What do you call a group of penguins? What would you call a group of penguins? What would you call a group of penguins? What would you call a group of penguins? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, two, one. A group of penguins are actually called a waddle of penguins. And if they're in water, they're called. Heather, you kind of got it, the waddle gang, right? A waddle. So if they're in water, they're a raft. A raft. You were close. You actually got it. So the next one, what would you call a group of ducks? What would you call a group of ducks? Ooh, what would you call a group of ducks? Guys, the aquatic animals are hilarious. Oh my god, so funny. What would you call a group of ducks? A group of ducks. Ducks in a row. Where do you even come up with this? A group of ducks are called a paddling if they're in water and a brace if they're flying. Ooh, that one is cute though. A brace, a brace of duck if they're flying, and a paddling of ducks if they are in the water. What do you call a group of parrots? Ooh, this is one of those ones that you would never think of this. What would you call a group of parrots? I wonder who came up with these things though. What what do you call a group of parrots? Parrots. A group of parrots are called a pandemonium. I know, I know. I would never have seen that one coming. A group of parrots are called a pandemonium of parrots. A group of turkeys are called a rafter, and a group of swans are called a bevy. Bevy, a bevy. I know. Now, guys, let's go for the aquatic ones. I really love this one. What do you call a group of crabs? What would you call a group of crabs? What would you call a group of crabs? Mr. Krabs. What would you call a group of crabs? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You're thinking of Mr. Krabs. 3, 2, 1. A group of crabs. A group of crabs are actually called a cast. We all know a group of fish. A group of fish is called a school of fish. So, what do we call a group of sharks? What would you call a group of sharks? What would you call a group of sharks? What would you call a group of sharks? Shark Tale. What would you call a group of sharks? What would you call a group of sharks? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A group of sharks, danger gang. In a surprising turn of events, a group of sharks are actually called a shiver. I have no idea who called these things these names, but they're hilarious. They're called a shiver, a shiver of sharks. Okay, now a group of octopus. I say octopi, right? Octopi, yeah. A group of octopus will be called a consortium. I don't know. I have no idea who comes up with this stuff, but it's hilarious. So a group of octopus will be called a consortium. Which is funny because when I think of consortium, I think of the people in charge of like the school buses. So it's hilarious. So yeah, a consortium. So next time you hear a consortium, think about octopus. a group of a group of octopus. Consortium. The next one, we have a group of whales. We call them a pod. Strangely, a group of dolphins are actually also called a pod, and a group of squid are called a shoal, which is spelled Shoal. Then, guys, for my absolute favorite, who knows what a group of lobsters are called? Who's gonna give it a guess? What do you call a group of lobsters? What do you call a group of lobsters? What would you call a group of lobsters, Larry? Larry, what would you call? And that's funny because that actually kind of fits. But guess what? A group of lobsters are actually called a risk, which is very funny. I don't know who named that. That person must have been. You know the thing. That person must have been pinched a lot. But yeah, a group of lobsters are called a risk of lobsters. That's hilarious, guys. I don't know who comes up with this stuff, but it's crazy. Okay. Oh, guys, this one is nice. Ooh, the insect ones. I know the insect ones are actually crazy because insects are pretty insects are pretty gross though. Except like butterflies, right? But we have a swarm of bees, a colony of ants, we know that one. We have a cloud of grasshoppers. Ugh, that just gave me like goosebumps. A cloud of grasshoppers does not sound fun. It literally just gave me goosebumps. So we have a loveliness of ladybugs. Ooh, I like that one. It's cute. We have a cluster of spider. Oh my god, that just gave me goosebumps. And that is not even good. It made my skin crawl. Spiders and clusters. I know. So I would literally be freaked out if I saw a cloud of grasshoppers. Jesus. So we have a cluster of spiders. We have an army of caterpillars. Ooh. We have a scourge of mosquitoes. I think this one is well named. The scourge of mosquitoes is actually the right term. The scourge of mosquitoes is the right term. Then we have a mischief of rats. Of course, they're very mischievous. So yeah, a mischief of rats is actually really cool. But then I really like the butterfly one. A group of butterflies are actually called a kaleidoscope. I know a cluster of spiders is like, oh my god, the worst nightmare ever. But for some reason, they don't have the roaches one, which, by the way, like roaches freak me out. I hate roaches. But yeah. So, but the butterfly one is actually really cute. A kaleidoscope of butterflies. That is really, really cute. I know. I mean, now that I think about it, just imagine like different butterflies with like different patterns in one place. They will actually look like a kaleidoscope. That would be so cute. But yeah, I know roaches. The flying ones are the worst. Like in Nigeria, we have like the large roaches. Oh my god, they are the absolute worst. Coming to Canada, I saw like very tiny roaches, but back home, oh my goodness, they freak me out. I would rather like I would rather stay in the same room like with a rat. I know rats are pretty annoying. They make disgusting sounds. But yeah, I would rather that than a roach. Roaches are nasty. They're disgusting. And the flying ones, the absolute worst. Like they're ugh. But yeah, rats are scary, but honestly, if I were to pick between rats and roaches, I would definitely. I know my mom is like that. She hates rats with passion. Like she can't stand rats. Me, on the other hand, I can't stand roaches. But yeah, in the end, all the vermins are pretty gross. None of them are acceptable. They're terrible. They're like the worst things ever. But yeah, that's all we have for trivia night. Heather, seems like you're the last woman standing. Uh, Anyways, it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, Heather. Thanks for staying until the end. Today we didn't see Mike. I guess he went to sleep early. And shout out to Biker Girl. Thanks for joining. Shout out to you, Wolfie. Shout out to Minister Timothy. Shout out to Jim Baru. And thank you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to Camden, Tyson, um, Jania, who was the first. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you so much, Heather. And he did. Well, jokes on him. Jokes on him. We had trivia night. He missed. I know we're not gonna hear the end of it. We're not gonna hear the end of it tomorrow. We're going to be harassed. Oh boy. Well, it was an absolute pleasure. I have to go now. Thank you so much for sticking around, Heather. I appreciate you for always showing up for me. God bless you. Thank you so, so much. And I will see you again tomorrow on another edition of Trivia Night. So, have a good and wonderful night because I know it's like 12 a.m. Yes, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye bye.